Good evening and welcome back to another video in the series Goan Law for the Layman. Today we are going to get down to brass tacks. Today the question that we are going to discuss is, to whom does the Goan Law apply? Or to put it in layman's terms, who is a Goan? To keep it simple, I'm going to categorize it broadly into 4 categories. Okay? Who is a Goan can be determined by, number 1, if a person is born in Goa prior to liberation, that is prior to 19th of December 1961, during the Portuguese regime, he is automatically a Goan. Similarly, all the descendants of such a person, that particular Goan who was born prior to 1961, they are all, the descendants are Goans too. So they also continue to be governed by the Portuguese Civil Code and now the Goa Succession Act. The second category is a child who is born in Goa to non-Goan parents. So a child who is born in Goa to non-Goan parents is also a Goan if he chooses to be governed by the Goan law, and there is a very specific procedure to make this choice. So a person who is born in Goa to non-Goan parents, after he attains the age of majority, he has a period of 3 years, within which he has to make a declaration before the special notary. Special notary is basically a civil registrar. He has to make a declaration before the special notary that he wants to be governed by the Goan law and that Goa would be his permanent residence. So after he makes such a declaration, he is confirmed to be governed by the Goan laws. Now, that being said, the next category is exactly the opposite. A person who is born to Goan parents but outside the territory of Goa. Such a person is also a Goan unless he declares that he doesn't want to be a Goan by within a period of 3 years after attaining majority. He has to do the same, he has to follow the same procedure, he has to come to the state of Goa, he has to make a declaration before the registrar. And in this particular category, he could do it either within 3 years, or if he hasn't visited Goa in 3 years after attaining majority, whenever he comes to Goa, he can make that declaration that he does not, or that he chooses not to be governed by the Goan laws. The next category is a person with unknown origins who is born in the state of Goa. So, a person of unknown origins would mean that his parentage is unknown and his nationality is unknown. So, a person who is born in Goa but nobody knows what are his origins, he is deemed to be a Goan. Yes, one more thing to remember is that if a non-Goan woman marries a Goan man, then their marriage is deemed to be governed by the law of the husband. That means that the marriage would be governed by the Goan law and the children that are conceived out of that marriage would be considered as descendants of a Goan. So therefore they would actually fall in the first category and those children would be governed by the Portuguese Civil Code. So I realize that I have been very broad and I have tried to cover the entire topic in the most basic fashion, but I hope that generally answers your question as to who is governed by the Goan law. And having said that, that will be all for today. In the next video, I am going to cover the restrictions on transfer of property by Goans, and that is going to help you in knowing how to buy properties in Goa and what precautions to take. So, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.